Hello and welcome back some more to the Great Ace Attorney Adventures, where last time we had one hell of an adventure. That was quite a day at the office, let me tell you. It started off with Airlock Sholmes doing his woe is me thing. Then went to a pawnbroker to try to get back his violin, which turned into meaning to Gino illustrating him, which turned into a rights to ownership battles to who actually belonged to the overcoat, which turned into a conspiracy to get some kind of mystical music disc, which turned into a shootout kind of thing. And then Gregson came to save the day. It was quite a mess, let me tell you. It was one hell of a way to start out the final case of the game. We're back with Investigation Part 2, April 15th, Baker Street. Let's see what happens next.
See? That was why I ate grown-ups. All they do is feed you a pack of lies that take stuff away from you.
Oh really, Miss Lestrade? Tell me, is that overcoat keeping you warm?
What? Oh my, surely you were given that. Yeah, they do let me keep it. After I looked daggers at him for long enough, he went through the pockets and then said, go on then, have it before telling me to scupper. Always pays off getting people to look at you, Atom. I can't help feeling like it's going to get you into serious trouble one day. What I really want was that nice shining disc, mind. The music box disc? But Mr. Windybank said it was practically worthless. Think I'm gonna go have another bash. Give it a long hard stare.
I think not, Miss Lestrade. We shan't enter Winterbanks again today.
Why not? That's not fair. It can't be helped, I'm afraid. The police are investigating the scene now and taking a statement from Mr. Windybank. But that disc's mine. I had the ticket for his coat and it was in the coat's pocket. And there should be something else and all. That's what the rotten coat said, ain't it?
Yes, he did mention something about another article, didn't he?
Well then,
Sometimes I feel like I'm misreading some of these sentences, just because of like the weird way in which they're spelled because of the British accent and all that. But no, I feel like I'm saying I think I'm saying them all the correct way. Now she's really pushing her luck.
Miss Lestrade, I think it's time to admit defeat. You've had your haul for the day.
Yeah, it's all your fault, Sholmes.
So what are your plans now? Will you dine with us this evening?
Yeah?
Iris would be delighted to cook, I'm sure, and I might entertain you with a modest violin recital.
No, Tar.
Oh.
Why won't I come round your place, eh? Have you lost your ear or something?
Alright, bye, see you later. I mean, we were offering you, like, a nice warm bed, a nice meal. Okay, cool, bye, see you later. Have fun.
Oh dear, she's gone.
Hopefully she doesn't come trying to crawl back to us later.
Having reveled on me quite unnecessarily, I might add.
I can't help wondering if perhaps she might turn up anyway. Oh, she will. She'll come crawling back to us.
Interesting.
Once she's had a chance to calm down, I think there's a good chance she'll decide to come.
Very well then. I'll inform Iris to set up police for all potential guests at the dinner table this evening.
And one more
thing. I should be glad of your company later too.
Sorry?
I believe I will have a rather splendid surprise to show you.
Oh, how exciting! What is it?
Well, you shall have to wait and see, Mrs. Sato. Until later, then.
Isn't the thing right there? Okay, whatever. Where can we go now? We can't go back in there. Go in there. Actually, you know what? Let's go up here, because I forgot to do this yesterday. I said that I wanted to do this at the end of the case 4 when I didn't. Can I examine the ladder? Oh, can I not? I investigated thoroughly, but I can't find anything. Oh, you cowards. I can't investigate the ladder? God damn it. I was hoping there was going to be some kind of a step-ladder discussion, but sadly, it appears that is not the case. Is this a telegram right here? Is this the telegram? I want to know what the damn telegram said. Ah, this must be the telegram. Let's see.
Ah! No! You mustn't look at that. Not under any circumstances.
Alright, I won't.
I'm sorry, Naruhito-san, but you can be very mischievous at times.
Then put the telegram away if you don't want people looking at it. It was worth a shot, I guess. Alright, well, where do you want me to go? Sholmes' suite, perhaps? I'm assuming here was because this is where we had to be for dinner. April 15, 3:46 p.m. I mean, it's a little early for dinner, but, you know, we can make preparations, I guess.
Ah, Susie and Bruno, come in, come in.
Good afternoon, Iris. I mean, we would have had to pass you to get to the room, but, you know.
Thank you so much for breakfast this morning. Oh, don't mention it. Goodness, look at the time already.
Busy as always?
I am. I'm preparing everything for dinner this evening.
Already? You're obviously cooking something special, are you?
Oh yes, after all, we have a special guest joining us. Guess who it is? Go on. You'll never guess.
Look at those little eyes of hers shining.
Oh dear, It is awkward when you already know the answer, isn't it? It's Guinea! Isn't that exciting? Oh, what a surprise! Yes, that's wonderful news!
Oh, Iris seems overjoyed at the idea.
I can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from a real professional.
Oh yes, that does sound like fun.
I'm not sure that's entirely appropriate. Are you, Mr. Naruhodo?
By the way, Iris, what's Mr. Shomes up to?
Hurley? Oh, he's been like that ever since he got back. Hello, Mr. Shomes.
I beg that you won't speak to me.
Sorry?
I don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. As you can see, I'm not here.
I don't know how to respond to that. You good there, Mr. Shomes? Why is it that whenever he steps into that corner of the room, he just turns into a hermit crab? Wants to completely pull away from the world?
I do apologize. When he gets like this, he's completely oblivious to everything.
Yes, I see.
Really, he behaves just like a child sometimes. Hurley does.
Yeah, of the two of you, you do seem to be the more intellectually mature.
Mr. Shomes and Iris have something of a parent and child relationship, don't they?
Yes, except that Iris is clearly the parent here. Come to think of it, I wonder what her real parents are.
What's the matter, Runo? You have ever such a funny look on your face.
Oh, no, it's nothing.
I know what it is. Why does this girl live here with Mr. Shomes, you're wondering?
I've been wondering that since case 4. I don't know why, I don't know how this transaction came about, and I don't know why it came about, but it's very bizarre. How did you...
Heh. Oh, Runo, I can read you like a book.
Ugh, this girl is dangerous.
Don't worry, you can ask me anything. I won't mind.
Alright, how the hell did this happen? I guess we'll start there. Or maybe we won't start there. So by Ginny, you mean Miss Lestrade, the young woman from the McGilda case 2 months ago, right?
Yes, who also stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Although, after that trial, I invited her back here and we had dinner together. And now we're the best of friends. Oh, what a lovely tale. Yes, now that I'm her on the street, she runs away as fast as she can.
Yeah, you know, just like real friends do.
And I chase after her down the back alleys.
You know, just like real friends do.
And then I let her have the latest color of smoke grenade I've deployed.
You know, just like real friends do.
Oh, there are so many beautiful colors in the world. Ginny wants me to make a whole rainbow.
I suppose this means you've let Miss Lestrade keep the smoke grenade launcher, have you?
Yes, that's right. I got bored of it anyway. Hurley always reacts the same way when I shoot him with it now.
Poor Early. He deserves it.
Ooh, I can't wait for Ginny to arrive. It's been too long since she last came over. I'm so excited.
I just hope she does actually come. Guess we'll have to wait and see. For now, let's get to the heart of the matter here.
I'm sure you've been wondering why it is that I live here with Hurley, haven't you?
Well, it has crossed my mind. That, and where are your real parents?
My mommy and daddy aren't with me anymore. Mommy passed away when I was born.
Yikes.
And around the same time, my father, well, he had to go to a faraway land because of one of the cases he and Hurley were working on.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you say he and... Wait. The first case, his name... that's gonna be a yikes for me, dude. That's gonna be a big old yikes for me, dude. That's pain. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so I'm gonna double check just to make sure I'm not mistaking this, but, wasn't the name of the victim from the first case Mr. Wilson? Because I feel like it might have been. Oh, that's gonna be a... Can we get an F in the non-existent chat for... Jesus Christ. I don't know, I think I just forgot it. I think I just forgot this because I didn't connect, the name Wilson didn't connect with anything in my brain, so I just kind of forgot about it. And I didn't remember when I met her, but now that I'm actually thinking about it, it's like, oh, faraway land, she went there, and then it's, Jesus Christ. Okay, well, that was not something I was expecting to tackle today, but okay. Sorry, Iris, I did not know that. Yeah, so, funny story about, my involvement with your dad. We kind of unintentionally crossed paths before. Wasn't a fun day.
Yes. Daddy and Hurley were always solving mysterious cases together.
She had mentioned that before.
He wrote them all up in his diaries. That's in the metal chest over there.
Really? You recorded them all?
So, you mean it's true, Mr. Sholmes really did have a partner with whom he tackled some of his most taxing cases? Oh, yes. I mean, it's always nice to have one, isn't it?
So Mr. Sholmes' partner was your father?
Exactly. Hurley told me I wasn't allowed to look in the chest, but that only made me want to look even more. So I opened it up, and found your father's memoirs. Yes, so I asked Hurley, who wrote these? He nearly fell off his chair. But then he told me that that's when I found out that the author of all those accounts was my father.
So Iris' father was Mr. Sholmes' partner. Yikes. Yeah, I got some bad news about how I ended up coming over to Great Britain in the first place.
I practically lived with Hurley all my life. I was tiny when he took me in. So, it came as quite a shock when Hurley told me he wasn't really my daddy, I mean.
Must have done.
I wonder why Mr. Sholmes chose to tell you at such a young age. Hurley says it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me. Oh? Well, having lived with Hurley all these years, you might say that his ways have rubbed off on me. There are some things I can just see. Especially lies. I almost know when people are lying before they open their mouths sometimes.
Right.
Anyway, I was so fascinated when I read Daddy's diaries. That's what inspired me to write The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, actually. I'd always assumed Mr. Sholmes simply told you all those thrilling stories. Oh no, Hurley's hopeless like that. He forgets everything. As soon as he solves the case, it all but vanishes from his mind.
Oh, trust me. We've gathered that much, let me tell you.
Oh, I see. The other day, it was so embarrassing. As usual, he totally forgot about the case he just solved. So the very next day, he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again. It was quite a shock for everyone.
Talk about a serious case of deja vu. You can say that again. You share your father's surname, don't you, Iris?
That's right, Wilson. Daddy is Dr.
Yep, Dr. John H. Wilson. Yep, that's the name of the guy. That's the name of the guy that died in the Adventure of the Great Departure. That's gonna be a mega oof for me. Iris, you have my sincerest condolences. This just, because it's not even like something that we caused, it's just that we were there. We didn't even know him, we were just there. Our first case in the game was with him as the victim. It just stings to think about.
I learned from his diaries that he's a doctor of medicine, you see. That's what prompted me to study so that I could earn a doctorate as well.
I was his father who went to some distant land, and is a doctor by the name of John H. Wilson. Yeah, thanks, game. I gathered. Yep, I remembered. Thanks. I gathered. I got it. Thanks. I know. Dr. John H. Wilson. That's right. Visiting professor of medicine at Imperial Yuma University, and the man who, in the most bizarre of circumstances, lost his life just before we left Japan. Miss Susato.
Yes?
Perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further at this time.
I think that would be for the best.
Yeah, so that was not the explanation. Oh, Jen, here's Sherlock Sholmes with his tonally balked view on life as usual. That was not the answer I was expected to get out of where her parents were.
My dear fellows, how good to see you.
Eeh, Mr. Sholmes!
Why ever did you not make your presence known to me before I
think this man was created in a lab specifically to test my patience.
Well, no matter now. So, how the devil are you?
We've been with you for most of the day.
Goodness, really?
Okay, your new nickname is Dory.
Do tell me, Mr. Sholmes, is your violin unscathed?
Oh, that's what you're worried about, the damn violin.
My violin? Whatever are you talking about, dear madam?
Oh,
Never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you. Behold, my dear fellows.
Oh, another music box disc.
No, not another disc, Miss Susato. This is the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence. Mr. McGilded's discs.
Oh my!
Then, what's it doing here?
You know, at times, Mr. Naruhodo, I think, though I have an undeniable turn for detection, I may well be even more dead larceny.
Well, you can only go up from there, so...
Ooh, that would be wonderfully exciting. I'd be your pickpocketing assistant. And Yuna could be our go-to lawyer if we ever got caught.
Right.
Plus, Susie has such beautiful handwriting, she could write all our menacing crime notifications. Yes, I would
We are not signing up to agree to a conspiracy with these people. We're not becoming a crime family. I'm just going to pretend this conversation never happened, I think. Probably for the best. Oh dear, alright. So, you pull the Guardians of the Galaxy switcheroo? I don't understand. How did that disc come to be in your possession? I thought Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard.
Quite correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this.
That's a bar of caramel, Mr. Sholmes. Your one and only friend in times of loneliness, if I'm not mistaken.
If you will humor me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc. For the briefest of moments, I had the disc in my hand, did I not?
Yes, you did, but I still don't understand.
It was at precisely that moment that I summoned my one and only friend into action. I pressed the disc into a pair of bars, like this.
That's... okay. Alright. Okay, it took 5 cases. It took 5 whole cases to get to this point. But Airlock Sholmes has finally done something where I can say, you know what? That's pretty damn smart. You done diddly did it, game. It took 5 cases, but you finally did something that makes me go, alright. Pretty clever. The disc and all the minuscule protrusions have made an image in the caramel.
Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know. Suitably soft for making impressions, but resistant to melting. The result of a precisely controlled solution.
How extraordinary!
Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves very useful indeed. Take a house key, for example. A symbol pressed in its unique form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will, and never without high sucrose nourishment.
Yes, it sounds illegal.
From the image, I was able to create this. I confess I was most curious to know what manner of music would issue from the disc when played.
Okay, so can we try it? Or does it not work in any of the local music boxes?
Do tell us then, Mr. Sholmes. What does the music display?
Well, unfortunately, I have no idea.
No idea?
None whatsoever. Are you familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows?
No, I'm afraid not.
Goodness. You don't know, Runo? Inside a music box is a special metal piece called a comb. That's what produces the sound. Small protuberances pluck the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making the different notes. The first music boxes to be invented used a rotating cylinder with protuberances on it.
But over time, a new type of player was produced, which used discs such as these. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide, all around the globe.
Why exactly?
Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result.
It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music, even when no performer is present.
But it is the very success of the invention that means that we are now presented with an insurmountable problem.
What do you mean?
As you may imagine, the construction of one firm's music box does not match that of another, and we have no way of knowing in which music box this particular disc was designed to be played. There is no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable.
Ah, I see, so that's why...
Naturally, I tested the disc in those few music boxes that I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, to no avail. The results were equally unsatisfactory in this one, so I am presently engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe.
Every single one? That's Hurley for you, always taking things too far.
There literally is not going to be enough room in this house to store all the music boxes that you're going to get.
But my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution.
But surely all the different types in Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it?
Yes, that is certainly true. In the worst case, I shall just have to ask you to vacate the attic room.
What? I told you it was going to take up the whole damn house. I don't know what you were thinking here.
Magnus Wiggluded. Not a name I expected to hear again so soon.
Yes, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case. Mr. McGill perished within hours of the trial's conclusion. Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows still now. The omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash. Not a shred of evidence remained. And with the man's death, the truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved was buried. What a coinky-dink. Even though we successfully established Mr. McGill's innocence in the trial, the newspapers are still claiming that it remains an unsolved case. The murder of the brickmaker, Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. We still have no idea what really happened that night. And although Mr. McGill was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not.
It would appear the case is not yet closed.
Well, it's time I started getting things ready for dinner, I think. Ginny will be here before long.
Thank you, Iris.
I am very curious to find, of all things, the music box is, or the music disc is what we're focusing on here. It's, because like nowadays you think, oh well, it's a disc, so it probably contains like classified intel or private information to a fund account or something like that. Something that would lead to a person to be like, all right, I gotta get my hands on this. But it's a music disc. What in the world could possibly be contained on a music disc that would be so important as you'd be willing to hold us at gunpoint to get your hands on it? I am very intrigued by this case so far.
Oh, well, you must let me help you then. Of course, Susie. There's plenty to do.
I think I shall investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where did I leave it?
You left it over on the side of the room where your brain turns to even greater mush than it currently is. Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sholmes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker. Or just, I don't know, actually get the right instrument when you go next time.
Yes, you may be right.
Oh, that reminds me.
Something or other that I didn't... Of something Mr. Windbag said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Iris's in pawn, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Hey, Iris, Airlock Sholmes over here has been stealing your manuscripts and hiding them in the pawnbroker. How do you feel about this?
Did he?
Yes, he definitely mentioned it. Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom, were his words, I believe.
So you heard about that, did you? I expect you were as incensed as I was.
I was.
Oh, yes. I did such a wonderful story, languishing in Mr. Windbag's storeroom gathering dust.
My dear madam, I'm quite sure I told you already. That pawnbroker storeroom is the safest place for it, more secure than a bank's vault.
It doesn't matter. You took her manuscript without her permission and hid it in some random pawnbroker shop.
And what about your Stradivarius, Hurley? Was that safe and secure?
Well, there may be the occasional mix-up.
Caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me now.
Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Baskerville story, Hurley? Oh, it sounds so exciting! The Hound of the Baskervilles! I should love to read it!
What happened? What happened? Did I miss something?
Ah!
What's going on here? Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room? What just happened? Did I miss something?
Susie, what did you just say? You said, The Hound of the Baskervilles. But how could you know the full title? Well, that's
because Miss Susada was such a great fan of all the stories about Mr. Sholmes, of course. Yeah, that would be what I did. That thought didn't even cross my mind.
But Runo, the Hound of the...
Oh, by the way, it started raining outside my window, so apologies if you can hear that. Okay, it started. Never mind. It started. And it just stopped? Are you fucking with me, weather gods? Literally the second that I said it, I said it started raining, and then it started raining even harder, so I was gonna say it started pouring, and then it just stopped raining all of a sudden. The weather gods just hate me, apparently. And I don't even know if any of that was picked up on the microphone, so it could all just be for naught. Anyway,
but Runo, the Hound of the Baskervilles, if I can not drop my controller and open the court record, has never been published.
What?
When I showed Hurley the manuscript, he told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet.
I don't understand. Okay, there's the rain again. I'd be stunned if that hasn't picked up on the microphone.
That's why he said that he'd keep it safe, until it was the right time for the story to be made public, you see.
So that's why the manuscript is at Windbanks?
And yet, How could Susie here know its title? Well, Hurley, what's going on?
Ah,
What is it, Mr. Sholmes?
it would appear that our guest has arrived. No, you're not getting away with this one, buddy.
Mr. Strayed! This was a bad idea. I knew I wouldn't welcome. I'm going. No, just don't. Oh my god. No, wait, Miss Lestrade. We've all been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Haven't we, Iris? Haven't we, Iris?
Oh yes, just wait there, Ginny. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie. Right, of course. It's a pleasure to see you here, Miss Lestrade. Please make yourself at home.
Don't stand in the doorway, my dear girl. Come along in. What say you to some Mendelssohn? I won't take no for an answer.
Meddlesome it is, then. Hey, cute cat. Aw, cute cat is best character. That evening, I was prepared to stall a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Mr. Sholmes' violin performance was in no way meddlesome, and Gina, as we all came to call her, taught us all how to steal things from one another without being noticed. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves, well into the night.
And then the wolf showed up.
11:15, 9:34 a.m. Naruto's legal consultancy. So, there's no bed here. Do you just sleep in your chairs? That was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it?
Oh yes, Iris's cooking was truly divine.
But I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sholmes' violin even now.
Best of all, I bet I could steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time we're in court.
Maybe don't.
Naruto-san, could I consult with you about something, I wonder?
What's the matter, Susato-san?
It's
about the telegram I see. Finally, we're gonna get to hear what the telegram said. Ah, the one that arrived first thing this morning, I suppose.
I've been summoned.
What? Summoned? What do you mean?
The telegram was from the Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Strongheart has asked to see me.
The Lord Chief Justice? When?
Tomorrow morning.
What? Then we have to start preparing at once. Oh, no. That won't be necessary, Naruto-san. I've been summoned alone. Alone? What on earth for? Rain, you're really ruining the mood of the scene. Can you stop storming for like 5 minutes?
I have no idea.
I suppose I shall find out tomorrow. What's all this about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. I don't like this at all. Knockety knockety. Oh, who could that be, I wonder? Oh, hey, Iris.
Good evening, friends.
I wouldn't call 9:34 evening, more like night, but okay. Oh, Iris, hello again. Oh, and Gina's here too. It's a whole party.
And Gina, too. Yes, Ginny's going to stay with us tonight. She's going to sleep in with me. Isn't that right, Ginny? Well, yeah. How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea.
They're dropping a lot of breadcrumbs here.
You know, I've learned so much today. Oh, what in particular? All those things Ginny showed us. Wasn't it wonderful?
Ah, you mean all those pickpocketing techniques? We had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we?
I think I've awakened a natural talent. I can earn a living from it. Maybe don't.
You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So, what brings you up to our humble quarters at this late hour?
Well, you see, I came to return this.
Wait, what? That's mine!
Oh my, however did you...
Wait, does this mean that my... Oh, god damn it. I thought that for a brief moment the court record was going to be completely empty, because it's never completely empty. There's always at least one thing in it, but I guess not this time.
I told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it.
Oh, yes, I'd forgotten. Iris literally is a child genius.
So anyway, here, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it, though.
Ah, thank you.
Alright then, good night.
Yes, good night.
So this is your office, is it?
Have you never been up here before?
What do you think, Ginny? I think I wouldn't fancy me chances with a lawyer what lives in a place like this. Yeah, me too. Ah!
Funny. It seems as though Iris here still has something she'd like to talk about. I suppose... she probably wants to talk about the manuscript. Yes, I suppose she probably does. Okay, well... let's do it then. I'll be a spectator since it doesn't actually involve me.
Iris,
I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscript, aren't you?
Aren't you going to tell me?
I'm so sorry. I need a little more time, please.
Alright, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward.
Oh, no, not at all, Iris, not at all.
I don't know all this is about, really, but it's a story you made up. Is it, Iris, this mental script or whatever you call it? It's not exactly a story I made up. It's something I read in Daddy's diaries.
Dice!
That's right. I don't suppose I mentioned it to you before, Ginny, but my daddy was Hurley's assistant once. His partner. Oh? They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together.
Is that right, mister? Apparently so. I was as surprised as you are, though.
And Daddy wrote all the details of every single case down, you see, in his diaries. So I study them and write my stories based on what actually happened.
So, where's your old man now, then? Not a question you should have asked. I too made the mistake of questioning what happened to her dad. It was a very terrible error that I had made.
He had to go away on urgent business to a faraway land, and he'll be gone a very long time. So, I've never really met him.
Oh, right. Come to think of it. I don't know anything about Gina's parents, either. Perhaps we should ask her. Just digging into everyone's family life today. Iris, this Hound of the Baskerville story. I take it that it's another tale inspired by your father's accounts?
That's right. I thought it was fascinating. But it's different somehow. From the other cases, I mean.
Oh? How?
I don't really know, but it must be special in some way. Because after I'd written it, I showed it the manuscript to Hurley. He turned as white as a sheet. It was the first time I've ever seen him like that.
It pains me to have to say this after you've toiled over it for so long, Iris, but this story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances.
But why not? It's one of my best works.
I'm not at liberty to say, not now, so please do not ask me.
Alright then, I won't.
But I do solemnly swear that I will explain everything one day, Iris, when the time is right.
I am very intrigued. There's been these little details throughout the course of the game that they've left unanswered, like the first Karen we met in the first case, the dress like Mary Poppins, the mystery surrounding whether Kazuma was actually dead or not for the second case, what the hell happened with McGilda's death in the third case. Fourth case, admittedly, there wasn't really much left. There wasn't really much left in the fourth case that's been unanswered. But for first three cases, there's been a few breadcrumbs that weren't fully wrapped up. And then this case is just introducing a whole lot of new stuff that I'm very intrigued to see. Because, just so we're clear, I don't expect that it's all going to be resolved in this case, because I know that there's still 5 more cases in the second game, and they're meant to really directly intertwine together. So I'm not expecting that everything's going to get resolved. But I'm still curious to see how the final case is going to play. Because that's what I'm curious about is, how do you craft a satisfying conclusion to this game's narrative while still not concluding the overarching story when you have so much that's built up? I'm so curious to see how this is going to turn out. And that's how the manuscript came to be with Mr. Windbag, isn't it? I'm calling him Windbag from here on out, by the way.
Hurley said it had to be somewhere very safe. That really gets my goat, that does. He's treating you like a child. It's me, that's what he is. Keep his secrets like that.
I'm sure Mr. Sholmes isn't trying to be mean. If he said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it, I'm sure there must have been a very good reason.
I think so too. Ha, you lot are too trusting for your own good, but you can't put a wool over my eyes. Sholmes is lying to Iris, I bet my life on it.
What?
Hurley's lying to me?
You're gonna go by her word when she barely has any idea what she's talking about and barely knows this at all? Yeah, I would definitely trust her word over everyone else's. Absolutely. I've realized that I don't know anything about your parents, Gina.
I ain't got any, have I?
Never did have. You have. Let me give you. I don't want to be the one to give you this talk, but are you aware of how human anatomy works? Are you aware of how humans come to be? You kind of have to have parents. But whether they're alive or not is a different matter, but we wouldn't exist without them.
Look, the East End's full of orphans like me. They all want nothing to do with us from the minute we're born, not even our mums. But we all stick together. The older ones look after the little ones and make sure they get by. So that's why you're a pickpocket. Nah, different's my life. I love it. I get a kick out of it every time I lift some pompous idiot's purse. And that's how we all afford to eat. I'm like a Robin Hood, ain't I? That's how I see it. Oh, Gina. I do think about sometimes what it'd be like to have parents, I mean. I always thought I'd make everything right. But having listened to what Iris just said, sounds like having parents ain't always easy either. Ow! I mean, if you know you never had them, you don't feel like you always want to meet them. It's true. I do want to see Daddy so much. Oh, Iris.
This is uncomfortable. I didn't want to say that again, goddammit. This is a very uncomfortable conversation to have from every facet, like every angle that we could possibly look at this from. It's so uncomfortable to talk about. I mean, we are diving really deep here to all these characters. And I'll say this much. I kind of like the little family that we're forming here. You know, the family, the core family of four of Ryunosuke, Susato, Iris, Airlock, their little live-in, or like the little family they have going on here. Then Gina's trying to work her way in. I like the dynamic we all have. It's nice. It's a nice little bit of chemistry that all the characters have. It's obviously heartbreaking to kind of dive into everyone's backstory, but it's also kind of brings us closer together in a way. So I'm just interested to see where this all goes. Gotta be honest. Gina, what did you mean when you said that you know Mr. Shims is lying to Iris?
Well, he reckons he popped that manuscript or whatever, right? But come on, that's obviously a little rubbish. Oh my, why would you think that, Gina? It's simple. If that story was really in a windbag storeroom, there's no way someone halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you. But Hurley would never do something like that. I'm sure of it. Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Bare-faced liars, a lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet. I'm telling you, that manuscript ain't no windbags. You'd soon see if you had a look. Even if you think you can trust him, I don't. That Shims is a liar like the rest of them. If I'm honest, I have wondered if Ridley's telling me the truth sometimes. See? Oh, but I don't mean that I think he sold it. I mean, I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris. Oh my goodness, look at the time. Come along, Ginny. We should go back downstairs. Yeah, alright. And please, don't mention any of this to Hurley, will you? No, of course not. Good night then, Iris. Good night, Gina. You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning, I insist. Oh, yes, please. I can't wait, Susie. Good night then. Iris. Sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult, but deep down, she's still just a child. Well, I think it's time that I turn in for the night too, Naruhodo-san. Dr. John H. Wilson, Iris' father, but also the name of the murdered visiting professor at Yuma University. It can't be a mere coincidence. There's something deeper going on. Mr. Naruhodo? Mr. Naruhodo? That voice. That's Mr. Sholmes! What's going on? It's the middle of the night. It's Miss Lestrade. She's gone. God damn it. Gina?
She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris' room, but her bed is empty.
Well, she's an independent young woman. She probably decided to go home, no?
I think not. From speaking to her before she retired, I received the distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfasting with Miss Susato. No, I don't believe the girl has gone home, but I've been waiting for over an hour now.
Over an hour? Oh.
If you'll indulge me, look out the window, my dear fellow.
What's this about? I don't like this at all. I don't like the feeling of this. Wait a minute. Why is there a light on at this time of night?
That's Mr. Windbag's pawnbrokery.
Mr. Windbags? Oh no! Could Gina have gone?
It seems you have some knowledge of the situation, Mr. Navahodo.
Sorry? No. No, not really.
Well, anyway, we must investigate. At once!
Mrs. Sato! Okay, then. April 16th, 1:14 a.m. Baker Street. The door to Windbanks is open. And the lamp is burning. It must be Gina, wasn't it?
Let us hope it's not it's something more sinister.
What?
Come, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly something is afoot inside.
Okay, Gina. Please tell me it's you. There's no one here.
Oh, yes, there is.
What? What the? Has Sholmes been shot?
Leave me, Mr. Navahodo. But after them, go!
What? What the hell just happened? Blast! I've lost. How could you have lost them? What just happened? Wait. We need to slow down. We went in there. No one was there. Two random shadowy silhouettes were just there. They fired a shot. Did they shoot Sholmes? Or did they break the glass? Because I heard glass shatter. What just happened?
The alarm was just raised from the pawnbrokers, sir. Were Gino shouting about that?
Officer, come with me. It's my friend, Mr. Sholmes. He's been shot.
Shot?
With the policeman close behind me, I ran back to Windbags. How did you lose them?
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Narado.
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door. In the storeroom. Hurry!
Not Windbag! No.
It's Gina!
What is happening? What just happened? What is this game? What the hell just happened? Wait, okay, let's review. So, we're talking about the manuscript, and something about the wolf or the hound of the Bakersville or whatever the hell's going on. Susanna knows about it somehow. Iris is upset because her work's been thrown out the window. Gina doesn't trust him, so Gina goes to the pawn shop in the middle of the night to try to get the thing back, encounters two silhouette people who were there maybe to steal the manuscript as well, or steal something else, I don't know. But Windbag's dead. Gina may be dead as well, I don't know. There's no blood underneath her body, but she might be dead. Maybe she's unconscious. I don't know what the hell's going on. But they're both in the room that's locked, and we can't get in there, but we can see through the thing. So how did they get back out? They have the key. They're in there. And Sholmes was shot. What is happening? I was ready to talk about how this episode was such a lovely, break in the pacing for us to just have a nice chat, get some character moments in there, character development, talking to all the people. And then that happens in the final 5 minutes? Not even final minute. Final 1 to 2 minutes of gameplay was just that insanity. What the hell just happened? Jesus, we are kicking it up to 11 in the final case of the game. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to leave things here for now, but I will be back tomorrow for more, certainly. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for next time. I hope to catch you all tomorrow for some more of the Great Ace Attorney adventures. Goodbye!